All right, hopefully y'all can hear me this time. I apologize. Obviously, y'all have been seeing that I've been having some computer issues. So hopefully I can continue to get those sorted out as time goes on. But man, the morning after, first day here, let's see here. First day here being like a Pac-12 or a Big 12 stan, feels kind of foreign, feels a little interesting, but here we are. Full day two, I guess, going into day two. We're about to become an official conference member of the Big 12 here at the end of the week. Heck, it could be as soon as today because there is that meeting live streamed, I think, at 3 p.m. Mountain Time today, where the regents, Board of Regents will vote on this. And all that stuff has to be public, so that's why it's live streamed. I don't think I'll be able to watch it, but we'll see. But let me know if you're checking in here. I'm not going to stay on for too long because I got to hop to a meeting here in a little bit. But Green Creole, great to see you. Really appreciate you. Today's a great day to be a Buffs fan. And man, seeing all the coverage, seeing everybody's takes from last night moving forward, I wanted to make sure that I got on here and did another live stream. One, because my dumbass deleted my live stream that I did yesterday. And like I couldn't recover it, so I was like, man, I'll put out that video that I put out late last night, and I want to get on here and give some more thoughts. And kind of on my mind this morning, a guy that I'm a big fan of, Rico Knows. He had this take today that I was listening to, where he was talking about how this administration, this CU administration, they're a bunch of snakes. They have no backbone. You can't trust them, yada, yada, yada. And I get that. Like, I think that this industry breeds snakes, and it's not just administrators. I mean, we saw what Mel Tucker did just a few years ago, leaving here after 1 year. This college football industry is just full of snakes, and I don't think that that's something to really get that upset about. This is something that it's just the reality of the college football world that we live in. Like, you are not awarded or rewarded rather for blind loyalty in this sport. You're not. And he was comparing it to when we left the Big 12 last time. And yeah, I think you could definitely criticize that because we were the first domino to fall within the conference leaving. But this time it's totally different. USC and UCLA, the two flagship programs for our conference that we've been in, decided to leave. And when that happens, things change. We have been more than patient. We have awarded the Pac-12 and George Kliavkov more patience than what they deserve, more patience than what the presidential board of the Pac-12 has deserved since the time that we've been in the conference. I think if anything, we were a little too slow moving out here. And I mean, do we really want to play it safe when we've continued to take chances this entire time, right? So that's just my difference of opinion, and I don't really think that. I mean, yes, we do have schools, and I want to give a shout out to people from the old Pac or the whole Big 12. I'm gonna have to change this. I always speak about this all the time, but Oklahoma State, Iowa State. Let's see, we had Texas Tech. I've seen Texas Tech people reach out. Bunch of Kansas State fans. Like, they're probably the most direct rivalry that we can renew moving forward. Everybody's been so welcome to Buffs fans coming in here, and I really appreciate that because it's going to be great to be playing meaningful football in regions in which it's relevant. I have loved the Pac-12. Like, y'all know that I have backed the Pac longer than a lot of other Colorado fans or Big 12 fans or Pac-12 fans have, to some extent. But yeah, like, you could only wait around so long before you just start to think like, all this is just BS and this is going nowhere. And it feels great to be going to a conference that's on the uptrend, John Smith, Sick Bears, absolutely. I look forward to playing Texas Tech and Baylor. I mean, those spread offenses, they're exciting teams, exciting programs. And again, I come from Texas. I lived in Texas for 7 years. It Texas is football. Like, yes, California and Florida, Florida's on a whole nother level, I feel, in putting in talent into the college football world and the NFL. But Texas is football. And the fact that we're going to be playing football within Texas is a big deal, and I love it. And you have a lot of programs here. It's kind of similar, I feel like, to where the Pac-12 is, or kind of would be moving forward without USC and UCLA. You have a lot of programs that are quality, and everyone's going to be like vying for that top dog spot in the conference. There isn't really right now, when I look at the Big 12, there isn't really a team where I'm like, that is the next dynasty program within the conference. I think there are a handful of candidates, and CU is going to be one of them. I do think probably right now, just because of recent history, you're looking at TCU. Like, that's where my mind is right now. They won the conference last year, went to the national championship. Sonny Dykes has done an amazing job. And they're who I have my eye on as a CU fan, and I love how we're already kind of getting to kick off this conference rivalry a year early here in 2023. For those of you that are asking, this doesn't affect the schedule in 2023 at all. This is for 2024 moving forward, and this is greatly timed because the Pac-12 media deal expires after this season, so there will be no exit fees, nothing to pay. Nothing like that. This is about as economically advantageous for the university as you can get when it comes to moving conferences. Let's see. Andre Bradford, good to see you. It's going to be better for recruiting. Absolutely. I mean, I just love this because the amount of Prime fans and now Buffs fans that's going to be at these road games in Texas, in Oklahoma, it's going to be remarkable stuff. Like, we're going to travel very well. And again, with me having roots in Texas, me having family, friends, all throughout that state, it gives me more of a reason to go back and visit, especially if I'm going to be able to catch a football game, experience some real tailgating food. That's something that we struggle with, or have struggled with, over in the Pac-12. Colorado, Buffs Nation, like, we really have to take our barbecue game seriously. It's really important now moving forward that we put an emphasis on the food, on the tailgating culture to another level. I was young or younger when we were in the Big 12 and hadn't experienced a game day or anything like that before. But I'm excited to hopefully be a part of ushering in kind of a new tailgating culture, a new fan food culture. Like, we need to up this because these towns, these cities, these fan bases within the Big 12, they know how to cook darn well. And we need to get on that. So y'all let me know if you're watching this, if you're coming here from a Big 12 fan or team. Let me know who you are. Let me know what team you're watching. But you also got to let me know, like, does the Big 12, do we do like barbecue tailgating food competitions? Is that something like official or associated within the conference? Because that's something that we got to get going, especially battling other big time conferences. And again, this is just all for fun. We gotta be the food champs. We gotta be the tailgating food champs. CU, Buffs Nation, I would love for us to play a part in doing that. So, Brett Yormark, if you're listening to this, like, let's go ahead and partner up with Hulu or HBO or Netflix or whatever. Like, let's get a tailgating competition going for the Big 12. But overall, man, I couldn't be more excited right now. I know I'm like a little chill, but I'm waking up this morning. And what happens next? Just like I said yesterday, I am hoping that some of these other schools from the Pac-12 will join us. Again, you don't get anywhere in this industry when you are blindly loyal and We've been waiting for numbers for a year now. We've been waiting for a deal for a year now. We drew a line. I think the Big 12 might have given us a deadline because they really wanted us, especially now having Coach Prime here. And we made a decision. These other schools, I'm hoping that Utah, that Arizona State, they come over here as well. Now Utah, I mean, they hate the Big 12, and I love that. I love that BYU fans hate Utah, and I mean, when you're looking at this from a marketer, when you're looking at this from the perspective of Brett Yormark, it's about selling fights, it's about selling tickets, it's about creating storylines, it's about having main events. You got to look at this like a fight promoter. Let's make sure that BYU and Utah are stuck together in this conference with each other because they hate each other. They both think that they're better than each other. They're like elitist over each other. I mean, that's just how I look at it from what I gather on Twitter. I love the back and forth. I love the rivalry. This is what we need more of, again, in college football, is rivalry. So I hope that Utah joins, maybe to the disagreement of like half their fan base. But let's play some football that we care about at a deeper emotional level. And I think with the Big 12, we'll be able to develop some rivalries with schools like BYU, TCU, kicking up some old rivalries like with Kansas State, Iowa State, Texas Tech, seeing where that goes. I'm pumped about that. Kansas, especially in basketball. So I'm excited for that. Be on here for just a couple more minutes. Randall Thomas, good to see you. Andre Bradford, with Coach being able to tell Florida they'll get back east more. Yeah, Florida recruits, and they have UCF in the conference. Yeah, another school that I hope that we can develop a rivalry with, the Battle of Black and Gold. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. This is going to be so much easier for these recruits to come out to Boulder when they know they're going to be returning home, that friends and family don't have to travel across the country to go see them play anymore. It is strategically, this makes so much more sense with where we're trying to go and what Coach Prime's trying to do. It's a great fit. And there was something else I was going to say after that, but Andre Bradford, I think Arizona and Arizona State coming, but not Utah. Yeah, it seems like the rumors, they've always kind of pointed more towards those Arizona schools. So we're just going to have to see where all this goes from here. I don't think we're done yet. We'll see if the Big Ten gets involved or the SEC or yeah, this is going to be really interesting. But right now, I just don't see there to be enough market share, enough schools right now to keep this conference together. And probably the only thing saving it would be like a merger with like the ACC. Like, I still think that would be a wonderful idea, but I don't think it's likely, sadly. I think it would be really cool to have a coast-to-coast conference, but that's just not happening. But I got to hop to a meeting, y'all. I got to cut this short. I'll be back later today. I've been wanting to do a video on Shedeur Sanders, so maybe I'll get to that later today. But there's going to be a lot more to talk about when it comes to when it comes to this whole moving conferences. Jonas, before I get out of here, be honest, you didn't think Prime would have an impact this strong so fast? Absolutely. If you follow my channel, I've been one saying he already deserves an extension because this is nothing short of miraculous. He's blown any expectation that I had in November, December out of the water. Every day is like living in a dream still. So y'all have a great morning. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment. Hit that like on the way out. And as always, Sco Buffs.